Satya Dharma Reflection on March the 7th, 2022. Don't be obsessed with attachment or detachment on and on. Not attached, even the non-attachment itself, it doesn't grasp itself. Don't be circling with just the noble path, attachment or detachment on and on. Attempting to detach, what is it? Let's purify the disregarding itself. Don't circle with just the noble path, attempting to disregard on and on. Uninvolved with the disregard itself. And don't be stuck with just uninvolved. Don't be obsessed with the noble path in this way and that way. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Let's purify the noble path instantly so that there will not be all about the path and the result. Nibbana is not Nibbana either. The emptiness is not the emptiness either. The anicca is not the anicca either. There is the opinions with it. Opinions and meanings is used with it. Thinking like this, knowing like that. The anicca is not the anicca either. The anatta is not the anatta either. Disregard even from the disregard itself. Don't be obsessed to delusively disregard something, because that is not disregarding. The attempt to disregard is not disregarding. Disregard even from the disregard itself, uninvolved with the disregard itself. That is the disregard that is not disregarding. This is not using the titi, the opinions, with the disregarding. Involved even within the uninvolved itself. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. instantly purify the uninvolved itself, uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Don't wait for the uninvolved. Don't just hold on with the uninvolved. Purify it instantly, uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. With this, it will not be about anything within attachment, involvement or uninvolvement. Let's purify the disregarding instantly, disregard even from the disregard itself. Uninvolved with the disregard itself. Uninvolved with the disregard itself. Uninvolved with the uninvolved itself, so that there will not be an obsession with just the noble path, let alone the worldly path. It's all about samudaya. Continue to purify samsara onwards. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself is to be used for the blessing. Use it for samsara, helping through unwinding and releasing, purifying through the emptiness all by itself. This is not about taking into oneself. What is given is to be giving. It's not about taking. Use it for helping to purify samsara, helping towards ending for samsara, helping to purify through the emptiness for samsara. This is not in the form of giving the wisdom, giving concentration or mindfulness. This is not about giving the opinions. This is the purification. Giving something that is ungrabbable, giving something that is not about taking. Therefore, it's impossible to take it. This is not about grasping. It's impossible to grasp. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, is to be given for samsara, helping through the unwinding. That's the work. The mission is the blessing itself. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself constantly. Constantly. Otherwise, there will be an obsession with just practicing the karmic difficulties, being deluded to practice the conditions of the vibhak, the state of mind, state of dharma. What is that? That is all about conditions of karmic difficulties. Constantly purifying through the uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself. Unwinding discards itself, helping through the unwinding and releasing. The unwinding doesn't grasp itself, that means helping through the unwinding and releasing. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, is not about grasping the unwinding. It is helping through the unwinding and releasing. Otherwise, there will be an obsession with practicing the state of mind and state of dharma attainment. That is the practicing of vibhak practicing itself. All the karmic habits is all about vibhak. Vibhak means difficulties. The difficulties that are circling, that are coming and going, these are the troublesome. Being obsessed with circling, which is the difficulties, is the vibhak. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. The uninvolved purifies itself. That's the unwinding that doesn't grasp itself, helping through unwinding and releasing. That's the emptiness that doesn't grasp itself, helping through the emptiness of the purification. Let there be the mighty force to help samsara completely. Disregard, even from the disregard itself completely. The disregard purifies itself. This is not to separate the disregard from all things. How can there be a separation? The attempting to disregard from all things. How can there be the attempts? The disregard is not the disregard. How can there be a separation or distinguishment from anything? Disregard even from the disregard itself. Purify the rejection, well with it. Use it for samsara. There will be an automatic purification of the extinction. To be stuck with just following, looking, seeing and knowing, it's just being samsara all by oneself. That which has nothing to do with knowing or not knowing, seeing or not seeing. That which has nothing to do with anything at all, even the uninvolved itself. Don't be obsessed with the delusion of the panya, the wisdoms and the opinions. Don't be obsessed with the delusion within the concentration, the mindfulness, the contemplation. The delusion itself is the anatta in itself. The delusion is not really the delusion itself. So don't be stubbornly pushing onwards. Don't be obsessed with significance and meanings and involvement. Disregard even from the disregard itself. Don't be obsessed with the persistence. Don't be obsessed with involvement and persistently doing it. Don't be obsessed with taking. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, is to be used for samsara, for blessing. What is there to be taken? Where is it from? Aiming towards oneself, towards taking into oneself on and on. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, is to be used for samsara, to help purify it through the extinction for samsara. Don't be obsessed to take into oneself. Selfishness, where is it from? Aiming towards the extinction, taking in the extinction, taking in the cutting, aiming towards liberation. Where is this selfishness? Where is it from? Taking something that is not about taking. How can there be such a thing, being obsessed to take into oneself towards that which is not about taking, being delusion towards that which is not about grasping. It is to be used for the blessing, to be given. What is given is to be giving. It is not to be taking into oneself. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, is used for everything, for all things, so that there will be the purification of the extinction. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, is to be used for samsara, so that there will be the help to the extinction of the emptiness and the extinction. Don't be obsessed about taking for the sake of taking, conclusion for taking into oneself, grasping towards something that is not about grasping, being obsessed to delusively grasping towards something that it doesn't grasp itself. That's when it's called helping for the blessing, helping through the ending. This is not about attempting to end, grasping for ending. This is ending as giving. The ending is to be given. It is not about taking in the ending itself.